Right, good evening everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience, and any comments or questions you may have, please leave them down below and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. I'm going to be talking about Hedera or HBAR today, but I think it's more important that I go through the market today to start with, just to see how we're doing, because it's not been a great day. We're down 3.16%, which isn't brilliant. I've seen worse. I'm sure you've all seen worse in the crypto market over the years. We've dropped below $1 trillion market cap. I'm not entirely sure the reason behind that, but in crypto, you need to expect the unexpected. 3.16% isn't massive over the grand scheme of things. I would like to have seen us held above $1 trillion. There's nothing to say we can't recover that over the week. We're just shy of $1 trillion, so just have to keep our eye on everything. Just remind you that it's best not to FOMO into things, and sometimes it is better to wait for a better opportunity before putting your money into projects. I have to constantly remind myself that, even after being in the markets for 7 years. So if we look through the top 10 quickly, it's fairly flat. There are some gains being made back, but the majority of things are down. BNB's down nearly 10%, Ethereum 3%, Bitcoin 2%. Polygon's down 8%, so that means Solana's made a little bit of a gain on it, but nothing massive. Moving on to the biggest rises of the last 24 hours, there's nothing major. BNX is up 11%, or it's had a good week, 82.5%, but no major rises, to be honest with you. It's a fairly bad day in crypto as a whole. So moving on to Hedera or HBAR, it's down 2.49%, currently trading at 0.086, market cap of $2.2 billion. Market cap, sorry, I've just done market cap. We've got a circulating supply of 26 billion HBAR, which is 52% of the total supply. You can see we've had a real bad pullback today, but we are recovering back to where we were. So it was looking like it could end on a fairly decent day. Sentiment wise, everything looks fairly bullish, but again, there's a lot of shilling going on in here. If we go to sentiment here, you can see sentiments remain fairly consistent over the day. This is regarding social media mentions, sentiment about people bullish or bearish on it. Obviously during this pullback, sentiment did shift down, but it's pulled back up above price, so things are looking good sentiment wise. If we look at the cryptocurrency heat map, we can see obviously Bitcoin is the biggest of the lot. If we remove Bitcoin, we can see that will probably show us how HBAR is looking. So where's HBAR on this heat map? It's just here. Not looking terrible, to be honest with you. I think it's just a bad day in crypto, to be honest. I think that's the primary issue. You're going to have days where it's like this, pullbacks. If you want to be in this sort of market, you have to be prepared for these sort of things to happen. So moving on to the charts, this is HBAR on the daily. Excuse me, sorry, I've still got a bit of a cold. Obviously you can see we wicked up very high yesterday, and there could have been some profit taken in this region. There's potential for that. You've got to remember there's people that could be getting in at this level, and if you're trading it rather than holding on to it, then you're looking at a 180% gain. So some people will have invested heavily and taken profits at that level, and they've made decent money. It's pulled back, and we've got this ascending trend line that we've almost pulled back to, but we haven't reached that way, and it's already starting to pull back towards where price opened yesterday. So it looks like we could claw back some of them gains today, not the entire all the way up to where it was yesterday. It was nearly at 10 cents, so I imagine there was some profit taken at that region. We do have the 50 period moving average crossed above the 100, which is a golden cross, so that's bullish, and really so a bullish signal rather. Regards to divergences, there's no divergences. I think the MACD is fairly, they've got a higher high here and a higher high there without any divergences. We've got bullish momentum on the histogram. If we look down on the 4 hourly, so we get a more in-depth look, we do actually have a long trade setting up with a lot of things going in its favour. So we're ignoring sentiment, ignoring the market as a whole, just purely as a day trade based on the technicals. We have the 50 above the 100. We've had a pullback here. We've made a lower low. This 4 hour bar has bullish engulfing. It's closed just a few minutes ago above there. Should this candle break that high, for me that would be a setup. A break of that high there would be a trade to the upside. I might be taking it because I don't trade cryptos day trade or even swing trade them, but like I've mentioned before, if you've watched any of my videos, it is something that I'm considering getting into, and I might start doing some live trading just to show you the methodology I use, primarily from Forex. That's where I've learnt my trading. Learnt my basic strategies, techniques, something that's given me an edge, that's allowed me to make consistent profits over the last, how long I've been trading, 15 years possibly, but full-time trading for the last 5 years. So yeah, there is a potential setup there. There's a classic like pattern there. So let's move on to this article, if my computer wants to move that. So right, it's a few days old. There's not much news around today, so I just thought I'd bring you some news from a few days ago. So it's going to be a bit out of date with regarding the pullback we've had today across the market. So perhaps I should have made this video a bit earlier. So anyway, it's on Bankless Times. I'll link it down below in the description. Hedera Hashgraph price, more good news for HBAR. The Hedera Hashgraph price soared even as other cryptocurrencies recoiled. The protocol welcomed Dell as a governance council member. Hedera Hashgraph price has defied gravity even as other cryptocurrencies plunged. HBAR crypto price rose to a high of 0.078, which is a few points below the year-to-date high of 0.080. The coin has jumped by more than 115% from the lowest point in 2022, giving it a market cap of over 2 billion. You'll have to excuse me with this cough. Not very professional, but I don't really edit my videos. I just upload them. I don't script them. I just say what I see and it comes out how it comes out. So apologies for the coughing. Why is HBAR price soaring? Hedera Hashgraph price is rising because of the expanding governance council, which positions the network for growth amongst corporates. In a statement, Hedera said that Dell, one of the biggest technology companies in the world, has joined its council. Regarding my cough, I'm going to have a sip of water now. Hopefully that will prevent any further incidents. Dell joins other leading companies that are part of the council and those that will use its technology for their blockchain projects. Other well-known companies in the council are Ubisoft, IBM, Google, Boeing and Deutsche Telekom. According to the council, the addition of Dell in the council will help it strengthen its ability to help customers on their digital transformation journey through Web3. It is also a validation of Hedera's technology. In a statement, head of technology at Dell said, by gaining hands-on experience with distributed ledger technology, we are able to serve as rational, holistic voice for customers considering incorporating DLT into their digital transformation. Hedera Hashgraph is already being used by companies in all industries to build all types of applications. For example, ACME Labs has built a decentralized marketplace for NFTs, while Lemon Swap has created a food-themed decentralized exchange. According to DeFi Llama, Hedera has a total lock value of 137 million or 1.97 billion HBARs, which is its all-time high. Stader, a liquid staking protocol, has accumulated 97.2 million in assets, making it the biggest player on the platform. HBAR crypto price has had a great run in the past few weeks. This recovery is in line with what I wrote in January when I said that Hedera Hashgraph was a sleeping giant awaiting to awaken. Now the coin is approaching the important resistant level at 0.079, the highest point of this week. It is also above the ascending trend line that connects the lowest points since January the 25th. Bitcoin has moved above the 25-day and 50-day moving average. Therefore, Hedera gains will only be confirmed if it manages to maintain above the key resistance point at 0.079. If this happens, the next key level to watch will be at 0.081. Right, now this article was dated on the 10th, which was 3 days ago. So if we go to my chart and go back to the daily, so I've got my resistance, in the same place it's in pretty much. And we're at that resistance, around the resistance he was talking about. We pushed up to nearly 10 cents. And like I said, there was profit taking there, which is one of the reasons we need to be more cautious about where we place our investments. I mean, there would have been some people yesterday would have said, all right, this thing's going to go now. This is looking great. It's had a good few weeks and it's about to break 10 cents. I need to get in before that happens. I was watching it and I'll be honest, I almost got in last night, but I didn't. I got in about 2 hours ago when we had the pullback at just below 0.08, because that looked like a reasonable buying area to me. I don't have a massive HBAR bag, but I would like to accumulate, in the region of 10 to 20,000. If we can hover around these levels for the next week or so. When I DCA, and I don't just DCA in on the way back, I like pullbacks to get in to get my, the best price possible, which is why it's important to have patience when you're in the markets. Don't just jump into things. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but I think it's fairly sensible. I'm really sorry about that. But, where would you rather get in? Would you rather get in at the 10 cents area and kick yourself when you wake up the following day and say, oh, crap, I've lost, I'm already down, I'm already underwater, because you still would be now? Or would you rather be getting in, waiting a day and getting in a better price, getting more tokens for your money, more bang for your buck, for want of a better expression? That's the way I like to do things. I wouldn't even mind if it came back to this area around 0.06. I'd probably buy even more, but I'm happy to be buying in between these two zones here. I'm going to draw a little arrow there just as a reminder to myself. If I can find it, here we go. So this is going to be like my buy region in between these two levels. Anything below that I'll still be buying as well, but I won't be buying above that level. But while it's below here, that's when I'm going to be accumulating the majority of my HBAR. I know that was a bit of a rambling video, but I just wanted to do, because I've never made a video on HBAR before, but it has been something I've been edging into over the last few weeks behind the scenes. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience. Apparently it helps with the algorithm. And any comments or questions you got, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I know I've got a bunch of comments to go through from the last few videos I've made. It's been a manic few days. It's half term at the moment, so I've been quite busy, but I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, I wish you all a wonderful evening and bye for now.